Here is the first page of the question paper, and this gives series number and code number, and also it contains the instructions regarding the exam. Section A. First question: covalent compounds are generally poor conductors of electricity. Why? The answer is covalent compounds are generally poor conductors of electricity because they do not contain charged particles or ions. And second question: state the common characteristic of the following elements: boron, silicon, germanium, and arsenic. Answer is this: they are metalloids, or they have the properties of both metals and non-metals. Here is an optional question: state the periodic law on which modern periodic table is based. Here we have to state the modern periodic law, that is, properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. In question number 3, there is a passage given and you have to answer the questions given below the passage. First question: what are solar cells? Answer: cells which convert solar energy into electrical energy or electricity is known as solar cells. Next question: how much voltage can be developed and how much electricity can be produced by one typical solar cell when exposed to sun? Here this question contains two parts. We have to write the voltage as well as you have to write the electricity. Question first part question: voltage. Solar cell contains the voltage, or it has the voltage 0.5 to 1.0, and electricity is flow or power, it is 0.7 watt. Next question: the future of power generation by solar energy is bright in India. Give a reason. Answer: India receives great amount of solar energy throughout the year. Next question: list two advantages of solar cells. There are many advantages. Here one advantage we can write that it does not require any maintenance. It does not contain any moving parts, or solar energy that is free of cost. Like that, any 2 points we can write. Here comes question number 4. That to a passage taken from biology. So read it. Let's answer the questions given below. Here first question: give the full form of TSH. Very easy. Answer is thyroid stimulating hormone. Next question: state the main function of TSH. That to given in the passage. This TSH regulates the thyroid gland to produce thyroid hormone or thyroxine. And the next question is: why do TSH levels in pregnant women need to be monitored? Answer: because high and low TSH level may increase the chances of miscarriage. And here is the fourth question: a pregnant woman has TSH level of 8.95 mu per liter. What care is needed for her? Answer is this: she needs to consult the doctor, or she needs proper medication. And question number 5: the image distance from the eye lens in the normal eye when we increase the distance of an object from the eye. From the given options, correct answer is option number C, that means remains unchanged. Whether the object is near or far, the image will always be formed on the retina. So image distance will be same. Question number 6: the values of milliampere and microamperes are. Options have been given. From the options, correct answer is option B, that is 10 raised to minus 3 ampere and 10 raised to minus 6 ampere respectively. We know that milli is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 and micro is equal to 10 raised to minus 6. Question number 7: a cylindrical conductor of length L and uniform area of cross section A has resistance R Another conductor of length 2.5 L and resistance 0.5 R of the same material has the area of cross section. We have to find out the area of cross section here, and it is given. Four options have been given, and from that correct option is option A, 5 ampere. 5A. So we can find out it by the formula resistance R is equal to rho L by A. We know that resistance is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area. And here is question number 8. Consider the following criticisms that are generally addressed when a new project is launched. First one, displacement of peasants and local tribals without compensation. Second one, swallowing up large amount of public money without any benefits. And third one, deforestation and loss of biodiversity. Here the answer is D, option D, first, second and third. And here is an optional question given. Switching off unnecessary lights and fans and repairing leaking taps correctly defines which term of 5 R's. We have learned 5 R's principle: recycle, reuse, repurpose, reduce and recover. From this, correct answer is reduce. Here correct answer is reduce, option D. Question number 9. The Reni village of Garhwal is famous for. Correct answer is option B, Chipko movement. And here is the question number 10. The strong heating of ferrous sulfate leads to the formation of a brown solid of two gases. The reaction can be categorized as displacement and redox, decomposition and redox, displacement and endothermic, decomposition and exothermic. From this, better we can understand or eliminate which are the wrong options. The reaction is FeSO4 gives Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. So we know, as the reaction says, we know it is a decomposition reaction. So in decomposition itself, there are two options are there: decomposition and redox and decomposition and exothermic. We know if the reaction occurs when ferrous sulfate is heated, so it is not exothermic reaction, and the correct option is option B, decomposition and redox. Question number 11. If 10 ml of H2SO4 is mixed with 10 ml of MgOH twice of the same concentration, the resultant solution will give the following color with universal indicator. Here correct answer is option C, green, because we know H2SO4 reacts with magnesium hydroxide, acid and base reacts to form salt, and that solution will be neutral. So with universal indicator, neutral solutions will give green color. Question number 12. An element X with atomic number 12 forms a compound with element Y with atomic number 17. The formula of the compound formed is, no doubt here the correct answer is option B, XY2. So here is an optional question. An element X is forming acidic oxide. Its most probable position in the modern periodic table is, in this question there are two options are possible, that is option B and option C. Option B, group 16 and period 3, and option C, group 17 and period 3. For the questions 13 and 14, two statements are given. One labeled assertion A and the other labeled reason R. Select the correct answer to these questions from the codes 1, 2, 3 and 4 as given below. So the options for 1, 2, 3 and 4 are given. So now we can enter to the question number 13. Assertion A. Carbon has a strong tendency to either lose or gain electrons to attain noble gas configuration. Reason: carbon has 4 electrons in its outermost shell and has a tendency to share electrons with carbon or other elements. So while observing these statements, by observing the assertion, we can say that we can understand that it is false, because carbon has strong tendency to either lose or gain the electrons to attain noble gas configuration. That statement is wrong. And reason, we can see carbon has 4 electrons in its outermost shell and has the tendency to share electrons with carbon or other elements. That is, reason is true. So from the given options, which is that means assertion is false and reason is true. Yeah, we know it is option 3. A is true but R is false. Now section B questions. 15th question. A shining metal M on burning gives dazzling white flame and changes to a white powder N. A. Identify M and N. M is magnesium and N is magnesium oxide. B. Represent the above reaction in the form of a balanced chemical equation. We know its balanced chemical equation. 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. C. Does M undergo oxidation or reduction in this reaction? Justify. M undergoes oxidation because oxygen is added. Question number 16. In the electrolysis of water, A. Name the gases liberated at anode and cathode. Name the gas. The gas liberated at anode is oxygen and that of cathode is hydrogen. And question number B. Why is the volume of gas collected on the electrode is 2 times than the other electrode? Because 1 molecule of water contains 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Or we can say that hydrogen and oxygen present in the water in the ratio 2:1. And question number C. What would happen if dilute H2SO4 is not added to water? If dilute H2SO4 is not added to water, electrolysis won't take place because pure water is not a conductor of electricity. A choice question has been given for question number 16, that is, a chemical compound X is used in the soap and glass industry. It is prepared from brine. So based on that, A. Write the chemical name, common name and chemical formula of X. Its chemical name is sodium carbonate decahydrate and common name is washing soda and chemical formula Na2CO3.10H2O. Then B. Write the equation involved in its preparation. The equations involved in its preparation are NaCl plus H2O plus CO2 plus NH3 gives NH4Cl plus NaHCO3. That means the products we get here are ammonium chloride and sodium hydrogen carbonate. Second equation, 2NaHCO3 gives Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. That means sodium hydrogen carbonate on heating gives sodium carbonate plus water plus carbon dioxide. And here is the last equation, Na2CO3 plus 10H2O gives Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. And question number C, what happens when it is treated with water containing Ca or Mg salts? So we know if the water contains Ca or Mg salts, it causes permanent hardness. So this salt, that means washing soda, is used in removing permanent hardness of water. Question number 17. From the elements Li, K, Mg, C, Al, S, identify that means the elements given here are lithium, potassium, magnesium, carbon, aluminium and sulfur. So in that question number A, elements belonging to the same group are lithium and potassium. Next one, element which has a tendency to lose 2 electrons, that is magnesium. And third C, element which prefers sharing of electrons to complete its octet, carbon. And D, most metallic element, here most metallic element is potassium. And E, element that forms acidic oxide, sulfur. And element that belongs to group 13, that is aluminium. Now question number 18. What is meant by trophic level in a food chain? Construct a terrestrial food chain with 4 trophic levels. The energy flow in a food chain is always unidirectional. Why? So let us answer the first part of the question, that is what is meant by trophic level. Each step or level of a food chain forms a trophic level. And next one, to construct a terrestrial food chain. Anyone here, you can do as you wish. Here is an example I am giving now: grass, insect, frog, snake. Instead of this, any other food chain also you can construct. And answer for the last part, the energy flow in a food chain is always unidirectional because it moves progressively through the various trophic levels and no longer available to the previous level from the producers to consumers. Next, there is given an optional question. In that question, we have to write the missed columns in that flow chart. So first one, we have to write aquatic, and second, abiotic. Third, it can be air, water, soil, temperature, or it can be any other non-living one. And fourth one, living organisms. There also it can write either plants or animals. And fifth one, it is asked to define ecosystem. So all the interacting organisms in an area together with the non-living constituents of the environment form an ecosystem. Here is question number 19, and this question contains 3 parts. And the first part, it says, in the process of respiration, state the function of alveoli. We know the function of alveoli. Alveoli helps in the exchange of gases. Then B, rate of breathing in aquatic organisms is much faster than that in the terrestrial organisms. Give a reason. The reason is this: amount of oxygen dissolved in water is very low compared to the air. And for C, there is an weight equation given. Let's observe the weight equation. In that first answer is pyruvate and second answer is carbon dioxide. Here is question number 20. Why is the F1 potency always of tall plants when a tall pea plant is crossed with a short pea plant? The reason is clear, because tallness is the dominant trait. And B, how is F2 progeny obtained by self-pollination of F1 progeny different from F1 progeny? Give reasons for this observation. The reason is that in the F2 generation, recessive trait also present. Now C part. State a conclusion that can be drawn on the basis of the observation. So the law is the dominant character also can be expressed along with the recessive character in the ratio of 3:1. Question number 21. What provides nutrition to human sperms? State the genetic constitution of a sperm. Answer is this. Secretions from seminal vesicles provides a nutrition to human sperms. And what is the genetic constitution of sperm? Genetic constitution of sperm is 22 autosomes and 1 sex chromosome. That means 22 plus X or 22 plus Y. And next part of that question, mention the chromosome pair present in zygote which determines the sex of female child and male child. Male child, the chromosomes pair present is XX, and male child, the chromosome pair present is XY. In question number 3, it is asked to draw the ray diagrams. Those ray diagrams are given alongside, just observe it. Question number 23. A coil of insulated wire is connected to a galvanometer. What would be observed if a strong bar magnet with its south pole towards one face of the coil is, first one, moved quickly towards it? So there will be momentary deflection in the needle of the galvanometer towards left or right. And second one, moved quickly away from it. When it moves quickly away from it, there will be momentary deflection in the needle of the galvanometer in the opposite direction. And third one, held stationary near it. If it held stationary near it, there will be no deflection. And B, name the phenomena involved. What's the name of the phenomena involved? It is electromagnetic induction. And C, state the conclusion based on the observation 2 and 3. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is this: a changing magnetic field linked with the conductor or coil induces an EMF in the coil or conductor. Here is question number 24. A student uses specs of focal length minus 2.5 meter. In that questions, A, name the defect of vision he is suffering from. He is suffering from myopia or short-sightedness. And B, which lens is used for the correction of this defect? We can use concave or diverging lens to correct this defect. And C, list the two main causes developing this defect. So this defect is due to excessive curvature of eye lens and elongation of the eyeball. And here is the last part, D. Compute the power of this lens. Power of the lens we can find out by power of the lens is equal to 1 by F, means 1 by focal length. So we can apply this value in this equation. So P is equal to 1 by minus 2.5. So we can multiply numerator and denominator by 10. So it gets 10 divided by minus 25 is equal to 2 by minus 5 is equal to 0.4 diopter. It's a choice question for question number 24. That is, give reasons. A, Red color is selected for danger signals. The answer is it is not scattered or it is least scattered by fog or smoke and hence visible from a long distance. And B question, the sky appears dark in space. Answer, because there is no atmosphere and there will be no scattering of light. And C question, the time difference between actual sunset and apparent sunset is 2 minutes. The reason is that due to atmospheric refraction, the sun appears above the horizon even after the actual sunset. Here are the questions from section C. Question number 25. The two oils X and Y were taken. On heating these oils, it was observed that or X gives carbon dioxide gas and or Y gives sulfur dioxide gas. Write the steps to convert these oils into metals, giving chemical equations of the reactions that take place. So from this question we can understand that or X needs calcination and or Y needs roasting. The required equations are given here. You can see it. It is given an optional question for question number 25. And here is the question. With the help of a diagram, explain the method of refining of copper by electrolysis. The diagram for the refining of copper by electrolysis has been given in your textbook. And here is the description for that method. Impure copper is made the anode and the thin strip of pure copper is made as cathode. Here, a solution of acidified copper sulfate is taken as electrolyte. On passing the current, the pure metal from the anode dissolves into the electrolyte and the equivalent amount of pure metal is deposited on the cathode. And here is one more question. How are broken railway tracks joined? Give the name of the process and the chemical equation of the reaction involved. Railway tracks can be joined by the reaction of Fe2O3 with aluminium powder. That means iron oxide with aluminium powder. And the name of this process is thermite process or thermite reaction. And the equation is Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives 2Fe plus Al2O3 plus heat. Here comes question number 26. Define isomerism. Draw all possible isomers of butane. We can define what is isomerism. When two or more organic compounds have same molecular formula but different structural formula, then the compounds are called isomers and this phenomenon is called isomerism. And the possible isomers of butane we know N-butane and isobutane structure is given in your textbook. Just refer it. And here is another question. A compound X on combustion gives a yellow flame with lots of smoke. What inference would you draw from this statement? We can understand that it is an unsaturated carbon compound or it is an unsaturated organic compound. And C question, state the role of alkaline KMnO4 in the reaction involving conversion of an alcohol to corresponding carboxylic acid. Here KMnO4 acts as an oxidizing agent. Here comes question number 27. Give reasons. First one, ventricles have thicker muscular walls than atria. Answer, ventricles have thicker muscular walls than atria because ventricles have to pump blood to various distant organs of the body. B. Transport system in plants is slow. The reason is that the energy requirement in the plants is very low. And question number C. Circulation of blood in aquatic vertebrates differ from that in the terrestrial vertebrates. The reason is in aquatic vertebrates the blood goes only once through the heart during one cycle, while in terrestrial vertebrates it goes through the heart 2 times during each cycle. D. During the daytime, water and mineral travel faster through xylem as compared to night. The reason is clear, because transpirational pull is greater during the day. That means transpiration will be only during the daytime. E. Veins have valves whereas arteries do not. This is the reason to prevent the backward flow of blood, or we can say that to make the blood to flow only in one direction. Question number 28. Here is a diagram given. Based on that, we have to answer the below given questions. First question, label the parts A, B, C and D. So A is ureter, B is seminal vesicle, C is urethra and D is vas deferens. B. Name the hormone secreted by testes and mention its role. Answer. The hormone secreted by testes is testosterone and its role is regulates the formation of sperms. It regulates the formation of sperms and it makes the changes in the appearance of boys at the time of puberty. That means it causes secondary sexual characteristics in boys. And question C. State the functions of B and C in the process of reproduction. We know B is seminal vesicle, so its function is to provide the nutrition and transportation to sperms. And function of C, we know C is urethra, so its function, it serves as common passage to both sperms and urine. Here is an optional question given for question number 28, that is, name the mode of reproduction of the following organisms and state the important features of each mode. First one is planaria. We know in planaria reproduction takes place by regeneration. In regeneration, the lost body part can be regenerated. Next one is hydra. Budding takes place in hydra. A complete small individual develops on the parent body during favorable conditions. And next one is rhizopus. Rhizopus reproduces by spore formation. Spores are covered with thick wall that helps to overcome unfavorable conditions. And here is big question. We can develop new plants from the leaves of Bryophyllum. Comment. We can write that buds are produced in the notches along the leaf margins and develop into new plants in the case of Bryophyllum. Next question C. List 2 advantages of vegetative propagation over the modes of reproduction, over the other modes of reproduction. So we can write the advantages of vegetative propagation. We can write propagation of flowerless plants. We can produce the flowerless plants through this method, and genetically similar. It will be genetically similar to parent plants. And another one, plants raised by vegetative propagation bear flowers and fruits earlier than those produced from seeds. There are many advantages are there. From this we can write any 2 advantages for this question. Question number 29. 2 lamps rated 100 watt, 220 volt and 10 watt 220 volt are connected in parallel to 220 volt supply. Calculate the current through the circuit. In this question we have to find out the current, and we know the formula to find out the current. I is equal to P by V. So here two cases we have to find out the current, that means I1 and I2. So because two potential differences have been given, so we can find the first one as P1 and second one as P2, and the method and how it is solved, it is given, it is easy to understand. Total current, that means I is equal to I1 plus I2. B part of the question, two resistors X and Y of resistance 2 ohm and 3 ohm respectively are joined in parallel and then in series. In each case the voltage supply is 5 volts. Here first one, draw circuit diagrams to show the combination of the resistors in each case, and second one, calculate the voltage across the 3 ohm resistors in series combination of resistors. Here schematic representation of the parallel combination and series combination of resistors have been given, and here asked to find out the resistance. Here total resistance means it will be R1 plus R2, that means 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 ohm. So from this total resistance we can find out I is equal to R by V. According to Ohm's law we know V is equal to IR, so I is equal to R by V. So voltage across 3 ohm resistor is equal to 1 into 3 is equal to 3 volts. Question number 30. Draw a labeled ray diagram to show the path of a ray of light incident obliquely on the face of a glass slab. You can refer your textbook for the diagram. Question number B. Calculate the refractive index of the material of a glass slab, given that the speed of the light through the glass slab is 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second and in the air is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. We know the formula to find out the refractive index, that is speed of the light in air divided by speed of light in glass. That is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 2 into 10 to the power 8. So is equal to 3 by 2 is equal to 1.5. Here the refractive index has no unit. C part of that question. Calculate the focal length of a lens if its power is minus 2.5 diopter. We know power is equal to 1 by F, so F is equal to 1 by P, that is equal to 1 by minus 2.5, that is equal to minus 10 divided by 25 is equal to minus 0.4 meter. Here the unit is meter. There is a choice question for our last question, that is a person suffering from myopia was advised to wear corrective lens of power minus 2.5 diopter. A spherical lens of same focal length was taken in the laboratory. At what distance should a student place an object from this lens so that it forms an image at a distance of 10 centimeter from the lens? In this question, you have to find out the object distance. That means we have to find out. So, in the question, power of the lens is given. So, by using the power of the lens, we can find out the focal length by using the formula F is equal to 1 by P. And you can use the formula to find out the object distance, that is 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. We can use the lens formula, and by simplifying we will get the answer as minus 13.3 centimeter as the object distance. So here power of the lens is given as negative. So as the power of the lens is negative, we can make it sure that it is a concave lens or diverging lens. So we can draw the schematic diagram also. To draw that diagram to show the position and nature of the image formed in the above case. That means in the discussed case, you can take the help of the textbook, page number 181. There is a diagram is given. Just you can modify that diagram and mention image distance, object distance. Then it will be okay. We have solved a CBSE question paper, and same way we can refer more question papers, and it will be helpful for you to get good marks in your coming examinations. All the best, students.